Hey guys, it's Vanessa again. I just had to repost my first video, which was a lot of fun because you guys had a lot of comments for me on Jesus Camp and Evangelical Christians, which I'm going to cover. I'm sorry, I'm going to bitch about something that's not religion or America or politic related. I'm just really frustrated with YouTube, actually. If any of you guys have signed up more recently, you'd find that you're actually forcibly signed up for a Gmail email account and Google+. I have now been forced to join a social networking site under my YouTube name. I can't even understand why. Why do I have to join something else that you own as a developer to use something? You have to go through the sign-up process, and they say, oh, well, to get through the sign-up and get what you want, you have to sign up with one of our other partner sites. And when I tried to, the reason why my video got deleted, I went to disconnect my Google+, and I deleted my Google+, and it said, well, okay, and deleted my video. It didn't delete my channel, of course, because I still have my subscribers and everything like that. But I was just so shocked to see my video was gone. So now the positive feedback that I got from you guys, the comments, they're not there anymore. I am really excited about some of the things that I got about Evangelical Christians and Jesus Camp. I got two completely separate views that really kind of stuck out. One person said they're just a bunch of fucking lunatics, which, I mean, they are a little wacky to some people. And another person just said it's like any other religion. They get a bad rap because there are some people out there who take it a step too far. First I'll tell you guys who haven't seen it, kind of what it's about. It's about this evangelical camp. It's called Kids on Fire. It's run by Becky Fisher, who's a children's pastor. It's up in actually Devil's Lake, North Dakota, which I found kind of interesting and ironic. The documentary is supposedly not one-sided. It has absolutely no narration. It's a lot of interviews with the kids and the pastor and a lot of footage. These kids are trained to be the foot soldiers of the Lord, and they are just absolutely on fire. They're speaking in tongues. They're going crazy for God, which is really cool. But the way that they're teaching them, all these kids are homeschooled. Well, most of them are, as evangelical Christian kids. And they think that they need to take back America for Christ. My first issue with that is America never belonged to Christ. America never belonged to the Buddha. It never belonged to the gurus of Sikhism. It didn't belong to anybody. That was what America was founded on, was religious freedom, not founded on a particular religion. If you want a place that's founded on a particular religion, go to Israel, or a place that's actually focused a lot more on religion than politics. The reason that I wanted to start off with this video, religion has become a political issue in the lives of most Americans, and that is exactly what America was founded on, was trying to avoid that. Because last time I checked, we're not all Christian. We're not forced to be Christian. Religion is fine. Religion is great. I love religion in many ways, even though I'm not religion. I'm more of a humanistic agnostic. And the reason that I personally found Jesus Camp absolutely shocking, to say the least, was actually the way that they were teaching these kids. They had kids bowing down and praying, sending prayers to a cardboard cutout of George Bush to make the right decisions for Christ in making America more of a Christ-centered nation. We can't necessarily force everybody to be Christian, and that's what that kind of sounds like to me. The same with political issues in like birth control and abortion. That is a religious standpoint. That is not political. Politics do not include religion. There are specific laws to separate the church and state. Stop trying to involve them. They're teaching abortion to these kids. Like I said, they are very young, younger than like 12 years old. I learned sex at a pretty dang young age, and that was about 8 years ago when I was 12. That's when kids should start learning about sex, is when their sexual organs start developing. That's when kids need to know. But if you don't understand sex, you don't understand abortion. But they're teaching these kids who are so young and they don't really understand where babies come from. They still think babies are dropped off at the store, or Jesus zapped a baby into their mom's tummy. They don't understand. These kids are very vulnerable at this age. They don't know what is true and what's not, and what's reasonable and what's not. They believe what adults tell them. For God's sakes, we got kids to believe that a single man, a really fat man, drinks millions of glasses of milk and eats millions and millions of cookies and drops off millions and millions of presents to kids all around the world in one night. How did we, get kids to believe that? We tell them that an Easter bunny sneaks into their house and leaves eggs strewn about the house and chocolate bunnies in little baskets. We teach kids that a little tooth fairy comes into the room in the middle of the night and turns teeth into money. We can get kids to believe anything that we want to believe. Why would you push religion on them like that? But I grew up on Dr. Seuss. I grew up, with the Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham, and they took a line from Horton Hears a Who and used it to defend that abortion is murder. A person is a person, no matter how small. That's like saying, we have midgets. Let's kill them because they're smaller. No, we're not talking about killing midgets. We're talking about terminating a pregnancy that a woman does not want. You don't teach a 6-year-old kid that people around here are just murdering children willy-nilly. Another thing that I had an issue with regarding Jesus Camp was actually Ted Haggard. I don't know if you guys know anything about Ted Haggard. I'd love to tell you this ironic little thing that I heard about him, actually from my religion teacher. He's saying that, we don't have to think about what we think about homosexuals and gay marriage. It's written in the Bible. Well, that's absolutely fucking great. Why is it a political issue? Gay marriage is a sin in the Bible. That's great. Now tell me where it says so in the Constitution. Really cute little thing though, the same year that this documentary actually came out, Ted Haggard was found of having a long-term relationship with a male prostitute. What? I do think that there's a lot of good in Christianity. A couple of comments that I actually got, other than the two that were very across the board, was actually somebody who's a Christian, and she said that she spent a lot of time studying Christ and his ways and what he teaches, and she says that, she thinks Jesus would be absolutely fucking appalled at what happens in these camps. Somebody else said it was disturbing. Some of the things that they were saying were not to try to convert them or strengthen their faith. It was to them a sense of responsibility to their parents and the adults that were teaching them, their beliefs, and to scare them into Christianity and scare them into being God's army. That's it. Sorry, there's a moth in here or something. The fuck? Okay, I gotta show you guys this. Look at this big old sucker. Look at that thing. It's been flying around the room. Alright guys, well I think that's all we have time for. Definitely tell me your opinion of my first blog, and definitely what we should be doing next time. I guess my second question for you guys would be, when do you think we should start teaching kids about abortion? And do you think we should point our views like that? Let me know what you think. We'll talk about it next week.